It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. This Crypto ROTH, the ring that drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the weekend. Bitcoin is hanging around at 67,000. And we got a cowbell. Can it get any better than this? If you don't have a little cowbell in your life, you're just missing one of the greatest blessings out there. Cowbell, pick one up today. Your local farm store. You know what's missing from this song? It's a little cowbell. Didn't I just make it so much better?
Sounded like a real new anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No, I can never trick on the bone. Plus the bitch is my with a kiss on my lips. Like, I am not a pimp with a limp. I'm a man with a gift, and I'm doing my shit. Like, tell them other niggas I'm the nigga. I'm the man in the city, and my bank account bigger, and my body count bigger. That's without a doubt. I'm 100 steps ahead. That's a lot of mouth. That's a lot of clout. What you all about? What your dollar amount? You a boy scout? I'm I'm a big dog. Tell the truth, I don't get y'all. This shit kinda corny. Motherfucker, turn this shit off, bro. I can't rap how everybody else rap, bro. Everybody talking about how cars, clothes, chains, and money. That shit corny as f. I don't wanna rap about that corny. Motherfucker, I've been mortified, fortified, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, now niggas doing dope lines. I'm running to the couch, exercise. Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like legato. Let's get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now it's sounding like vibrato. Why you eat bread with avocado? We been trying to dodge shells before it landed on tomato. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo. I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was potholes. America ain't dreaming, it been scheming when the birth definition came from black. We all know it's black. Genius, everybody love the culture, they be black by convenience.
Hold on, man. You talking way too much conscious. Nobody want to hear that shit. Speak about some hoes or some money or shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not saying don't rap how you rap, but make some shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for the show to begin?
It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane. I'm sitting here watching Bitcoin just ease its way up to $68,000. This 78.6 Fibonacci pull right here from the swing high to swing low area where we could face some nice resistance there. Looks like we also got a little bit of another move over here. About 68.9, but 69.9 also is on the card. Another Fibonacci area, just a little higher. Interesting things going on for Bitcoin. If you've been following my channel, you know that we were calling this area as a 3 rising valleys if you're into the pattern and things. But the biggest thing was just the bull trap, or bear trap rather, that we're looking for getting back against this trend line that was respected here, not respected here, but thankfully not respected here as resistance. So we were able to move back into there, and by my theories, a strong move follows something like that, and we could be working our way back up to 71,260 in that area. Saying, yeah, baby. We just gave the middle finger to Lucy the devil and said, devil man, get away from me. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you haven't been here when I put up this 666 moving average. We call her affectionately Lucy. Try not to piss her off, because sometimes when she gets pissed off, she just likes to take price, and she just likes to do some things with it, like pop your balloons, pop your bubbles, knock everything down. So nice to see price has got above the devil. Could it be Satan? If you follow this little cursory, shakily thing right in front of your eyes here, you will donate money. You love this channel, you will hit the like button. You will. Over here, we got a trend line that we've started. The big old fat white line right here. Let's paint her a different color. Let's paint her orange. Ooh, rusty brown. There we go. Rusty brown. Now we deviated from that, and now we got this nice other trend line going. It's kind of this other rusty brown color. We're holding on to that pretty well. We might be able to get 3 bounces off that guy before she loses it, you know? It's a pretty good sign for more up. And I like the up-ups. I'm curious to see what Elliott Wave has to say about this. I figured you'd be somewhere around a 4 wave, expecting a 5. Elliott seems to think that we can also hit this area at 71,393 is his area, but you know, we argue about things like that. According to the Elliott Wave indicator here, it's free over on Telegram, or what is this TradingView?
Boss
This was a wave 1, a wave 2, and then your bigger wave 3 to wave 4. 4 does not touch 2. These are the basic rules of Elliott wave, and this is about as big as I take it. Helps me to figure out if I missed a move or not. Now we could get a wave 5, and man, the wave 5s are tricky from what I've seen with Elliott wave. They could be a double top scenario. We don't get much higher. You get a little higher, or you can get a lot higher. So we got 3 actions there. We can go up a little bit, go up a little bit more, or go up even more. I like to go up even more. If I had my druthers about it. Druthers, that old family classic restaurant. That old Burger King ripoff. What? Nobody remembers that. I'm trying to erase this, but remember, I just gotta click it off over there. Shout out to everybody hanging out tonight, man. I gotta check my stream health over here. What's going on? Looks like we got some trouble in Toyland over here. What's going on? Been playing with my internet settings lately, so make sure we got something good. Uh-oh. Are we good or not? Looks kind of good. I can't tell. Guys, let me know if I'm cutting in or out. May have to do something a little different. Anyway, we're going to shout out to everybody hanging out with me as soon as this boomer can figure out what buttons to push to bring the little bot back over here. Oh, there we go. We got Crypto 420 being first tonight. We got Trey Spot coming in on a close second. Mr. Miles is being first yet again. And late night, the sun hasn't even set for me. That is the challenge of doing this thing here in the US, man. On one side, it's getting late, and some people it's really late. For me, it's early late, 11 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, I'm let's go. The night's just getting started, but a lot of people are like, man, it's an hour past my bedtime. So it's quite a variation there. Double first. Roadhouse streams are all about the firsting. Yeah, it looks like Casp may finally break out, says Mr. Miles. Slow, laggy-bish. Toying with my emotions. I'm expecting Cass to kiss 25 cents since June. She's a laggard. She's gonna be she's gonna move slow. I don't think that's gonna change. That's gonna be her little je ne sais quoi. A little thing. Stream looks good after that little hiccup. Okay. Gotta keep my eye on this. Got a new router in place, and hopefully it's to take care of the problems. CD, last I was hoping for higher today. Good evening, peeps. Hey, how's it going, CD? Hey, there's Celinda. If whales would stop selling off Cass, it would moon. Good point. There is a lot of sell orders up there when I look on my exchange and everything on the order book. So I got a slow strategy with Cass, but I need to get more though. I've kind of had to sell off or put some, and I want to have more to sell off when it goes higher. So taking a look at total 3, man, here we are, little indices over here. It always goes to SPX over here in the upper right corner. That's the stock market. It's good to keep up with that, and that represents the tech stocks. Standard & Poor's 500, I think mini 500 futures, whatever, blah, 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 blah. If it's doing good, crypto's usually doing good. Usually the market's doing pretty good if it's doing good, and it just keeps going up. A little bit of a pullback. I like to try to keep the dollar over there, because the dollar been coming down. Tracking it on the 4 hour, had a nice drop in that, and that usually helps out everything when the dollar drops. I liked it. People have been selling out of their stable coin, we can see. Bitcoin dominance has just been hanging sideways, but altcoins have been going up. Going up, up, up. Total 3 just makes a lot more sense when you kind of zoom out and look at it on a full chart, I think. And I've pretty much got total 3, depending on what time frame you look at and everything. It's kind of a little clearer on some, a little bit more clear on the daily than most, about the channel that it's in, and channel bodies on the daily look really nice. Lines up very well here, so we're expecting it to move up. Looks like we got to adjust this just a little bit. Still aiming for that 660,000. We're not too far away from it, with another 20 billion, maybe 30 billion. Honestly, I don't know that we will break out here. If there was an argument to be made for that, if we can come up to try to wick up to, could wick above it, just trying to, we could do a retest, probably a bearish retest is what I'm seeing. In other words, I'm seeing the possibility this week, probably early on in this week, a good time to take some profit on your altcoins. I mean, to seriously think about paying yourself pretty, a fair amount as we keep an eye on Total 3, and it can roll over here, or even jump up here and roll over. Something really mega bullish would have to happen to get us up here, and the probabilities are more likely that we're going to slow down and roll over just a little bit. There's some other indicators here on the daily that also suggest that could happen, or something a little similar. With the 50 moving average flirting with crossing the 200, hasn't done it yet, but she's aiming that way. So I would expect altcoins to kind of peter out toward the middle of this week, maybe toward the later this week that's coming up. But it suggests that we might hit 674 billion before we peter out. But eventually I do see that we'll break out of this falling channel that we've got. There's actually it's a bullish sign. And since we're starting to regain this 200 moving average on our altcoins, pretty good. So we might see from where we are now, just losing about 5%. Of course, it would look worse if we come up to these areas and then drop back down to that. It'd be about 8-9% maybe. So that would feel a little bit more pain if you don't actually take some profit up there and pay yourself a little bit. Just really my game plan and what I'm trying to do here. It's been fairly decent with the trading market, nice on altcoins and everything. Let's see if we can take a look real quick at ZO futures trading that I managed the mango pretty well. Let's see if we can get this little guy bright. And let's do a little refresh. This is where we were at one point. Where are we at now? Refresh. Anytime you're ready. I've got the fastest internet. This is the fastest internet. I walked in and said, this is really fast internet. Makes me so happy. All right, so up 11,596. I've still got the same trades open that I've had. I'll just take a little profit and then buy a little bit back more a little bit. I got those little trades open. So in the last 7 days, what have we got? Up 3,400. Still not fully made up my losses where I did stupid and got liquidated on a few little positions back there that we talked about. How close are we to recovering all of that? You should click it. You got to click it before you stick. This stuff is not working for me. Why you not working, baby? I think I caught up here. Did you quit working? Did my internet go out? All right, so I don't know what's going on. Never mind. Screw it. We'll just go back to the charts. The trades are doing. They're up pretty decent. Just kind of wanted to go over the trade. Anyway, basically, I watch my Bitcoin on the 6-minute time frame just because I'm bored and everything. And I started getting in these trades. We were down here. We were down in the 57s or whatever. But I add to them, especially on big dips. And I try to catch these when we're near trend line and everything, and try to take profits when we lose a major trend line, or even sometimes during these smaller trend lines. Take a little there, take a little there, buy a little here, buy a little there, and it gradually raises my entry price from around 56, 57,000. Now it's up to, shoot, I think I'm around 60, 62, 63. I couldn't actually get over there to show it, but we'll do that. Gradually making all that back and just playing the long game with a nice little long swing. Getting paid a little bit and buying back a little bit. And growing the bag a little bit too as we go up. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out in profit. Look at this. Is somebody going to call? I'm sure somebody called that a cup and handle. Could it be? Yeah, actually, that one would fit more of the definitions than anything else I've seen. Where price rose into it. That's what seems to be missed and by my definitions of a cup and handle and that of the man who I think discovered it. Eugene O'Neill, or James O'Neill. But then we got our handle that doesn't come back more than 2/3 of the way. So yeah, so far so good. It could be a cup and handle in there. Measure move is not very big. It doesn't look like a scammy cup and handy. It looked like a more of a legit cup and handy. With a very small measure move, man. I mean, the measure move on them is just, you know, the width of a channel, basically. Well, for the upside, it just tells us we can come up and hit this little guy right here. For the cup and handy 68,700. And I know you're going to see some crazy stuff. Oh, to the upside. Yeah, there's a target up there, but it's not really from this little guy, in my opinion. But well, that's just me. I'm just glad that it's, you know, she's hanging out there, and maybe we got a trend line to hang on to, bounce off of. Let's do it, baby. We already got this trend line covered. If we can get another one in there situated, let's go. Let's ride this thing. Let's ride this train. See where she goes. Where she stops and nobody knows. The bags be pumping. And I likes it. Let's take a look at Casper. Man, are you okay? Man, this seems a little laggy tonight. Give me just a second here. Was that swag? We should still be going, right? We're good. Excellent connection. All right, I think that might. Let's just turn Wi-Fi off, dude. All right, I think we're good. Casper, what are you doing, baby? On the 6 hour, why I'm on the 6 hour? I just happened to click it. I normally don't like the 6 hour. I like the 4 hour. Sometimes I look at the 8, 12. 4 hour and the daily are the basic ones I go by. 4 hour, but sometimes you get a little different, you know, perspective on some of the other time frames, especially if maybe how the moving averages relate to them is what I look for. Casper still respecting this trend line. Nice. Looks like it got a bounce. It's got a bounce right now in this candle. Made a higher high. Let me move this little guy out of the way because it looks like we're headed right up here. I would say next move is going to be about 18.7. We've got a little bit of a channel going on, but I don't. We'll come back and revisit that idea later after we kind of clear a few areas. She's also got this little rising wedgie going on. A little wedgie could throw a little something in there. The little wedgie pattern looks like she might come into play, so we might come up and then fall down a little bit. I'm just saying, she's going to be ups and downs, and might play a little on the upses and buy back on the downses. See if I can grow that back, but ultimately when you zoom out, still got the possibility of fulfilling this bigger pattern. She's just taking her sweet time because that's what she's gonna do. Solana seems to be having a nice little time. She's at 173 now. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth. What? That's bull crap. Come on now. Let's see what we got now. I think my stream, Mr. Brown says the real bull market started with the failed assassination. Seems to have helped. I mean, but there were some other signs there showing that something would happen around that time too. And that's just kind of how it works with these charts. It's weird, but there's that thing, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. There's something to it. You'll see something playing out in the charts, usually right before the news comes out. Full moon pump, says Celinda. Let's go. And Crypto 420 is when we can look at it. All right, let's wrap up with Solana here. Let's zoom out, see if we got... Stream's current bit rate is slower than... What? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? You don't like me bit rate? What can I do about me bit rate? Do you need more bit rate? I'll give you more bit rate. Jeez. Does that help you out a little bit? All right, so Solana, see if we can get through this. Broke the trend line. Trend line is now going to be resistance, and it looks like it's coming in about, oh, closer to 200 than expected there. What we got here from our little Fibonacci is from a swing high to a swing low. I like that. Ooh, knock it over. So we're facing some resistance that we may get through. We may get through this area. We might get rejected here though, but that's 618 Fibonacci. Common place to get rejected. We were rejected here before though. We also touched this area here at 189. That's that 786 Fibonacci area. And having been there before, she may just be running through both of those again. I kind of wonder. If nothing else, good area for it to get rejected. This is this line, so. Solana, one thing I do want to do is incorporate this new angle we got. All right, we've already done that. Okay, we did that here, and we broke back into it. Okay, never mind. We can do this one, but we did this. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm still sticking with that about 192. I kind of see us that we could possibly get that. Once we just break above this area that we're at now, that would be the key to it. Are you going to do it? Smaller time frames may give us a little something here. Looks like she's going to try. All right, Solana, go for it. It's a birthday. So, and I think we're seeing this with the meme coins too. I noticed the meme coins are kind of popping off and look like most of them are Solana meme coins. So I kind of like that. She's doing that. She's doing her deviation. She's already, she's trying to go parabolic right now. With the 1, 2, 3, can she get 2 more pumps to the upside? Do it, Solana. So Miro over on Solana. What, at 15 cents? Oh, there we go in the 4 hour. Look at that. That's nice. Buy now or buy the next dip. That is the 50 crossing the 200. That's your buy signal. I'm not sure that we've got a nice trend line set up just yet. Kind of got to watch this one, see if it holds. Does not have to hold. She's got something else going over here, and she could come all the way back down here and bounce off of this area. So keep an eye on this guy, or Miro. Retest of 13.8, 13.9 might be in the cards. It might. There is a little bit, you connect these trend lines and we're struggling within this kind of very steep channel that we're trying to form there. But being above these levels over here, that's good, that's hopeful. And when you zoom out now, it starts to make sense. I mean, we're just zooming into because we haven't yet got a bull trap or a bear trap in place yet. So if we get above here, above this 200 moving average on the daily, that would be the magic thing. where is it? About 17 and a half, 18 cents. Bring back in this trend line. There you can get looking for a nice strong move out of this. That may be what's in the play here. So it'll all be key on recovering this because normally it's a rollover. Just throw that out there. This is normally a rollover. That's what you would expect is normally a rollover. So it's key that it's got to break up in here and spin a few candles or a candle or two over here before we would see a nice move up. So be cautious of the rollover at about 17 cents. There's about. Moving averages are suggesting there might be a little bit more bite to that rollover. Remember Render when she fell down about like $7 or $5.70 something cents? That was a pretty sweet spot to add to your bag. She's doing the same things, all that major trend line that we've broken from our altcoins. And so, oh no, it's over now. We're all going to hell. Maybe, maybe not. Just like we were talking on the last one, we just got to watch closely over these next few days if we're going to get a rollover. And it did look like altcoins could have a few nice days of coming before we get a rollover. So might it be that some of these will make a little of a come back, go a little sideways, and then give it up? That might be how it plays out. And then some of them will be making that come up before rolling over. There's some signs it wants to roll over. 50 crossing the 200 to bearishly for a death cross. Dun, dun, dun. So that's normally what we see is a rollover resistance, and it's called a bearish retest. But when we get lucky and if it turns into a bull trap, those are what to watch out for, because those usually result in a fake out, a bunch of short squeezes, a bunch of nice powerful moves that make us, we regain a lot of ground, we get a nice swift move up. So those, I'm always looking for those. And we get a bunch of these in the market. They like to try to fake us out. They likes to pull these little games that give us these little patterns and ideas, and I like to find them, and right now we're going to find a bunch of them on some altcoins. So I think it's worthwhile just to go back to Total 3 just to kind of regroup and look at altcoin plays again. What is going on with the altcoins? And Total 3 says the same thing. Major trend line, but we are in this channel idea. So money coming into altcoins before they could possibly roll over. This one's also getting that death cross, remember? So altcoins are looking good short term, but we might, I'm looking for a nice bounce up on some of them. Some of them may go sideways and hold their gains for a little bit, but then we're in danger of losing it. So good take profit areas. And then at best, maybe we go sideways and lose or something. At worst, we come down. So I find life is a lot easier when I do have some kind of strategy to take some profit. And that's what I've been doing, is been packing up some of that dry powder. And that strategy said that seems to be working really well now. I'm really starting to, it is a change for me. And I like it. It's so much better than finding yourself stuck and riding the roller coaster, man. Seeing that portfolio, oh man. It's like, I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. You know. If we can just teach ourselves when we're up, and you know, if we can just teach ourselves to skim a little on the tops, skim a little off the top, and skim a little off the top, and we got a little bit more to buy on the bottoms and buy on the bottoms, because this is all the market cycles are, from the bigger time frames to the smaller time frames, from Bitcoin being at its top all the way down to 15 to 60 where it's at now. It's all a cycle. It works on the altcoins too, from Cardano being what, I don't know, from the XRP being $3 all the way to 28 cents to wherever it is now. It's all a cycle. It all has its ups and downs, and you either ride it and, you know, enjoy the ride, because it's definitely got a lot of adrenaline and dopamine and all those little things to keep you excited, and losing money, gaining money, thinking you're a genius, thinking you're stupid, what the hell are you doing with your life? But just taking a little bit, even on the ways up, it makes a difference. And I would say it's one of the hardest things to do. Let's go back to the chat. Find out that my microphone is off. It always goes to top chat. I'm still getting these things that I'm not getting enough signal, man. I'm not understanding that. Slow laggy-ish a bit, huh? Oh, stream. Oh, okay. I'm stream looking good after the hiccup. Let me see if I got anything else over here. Give me Casper. Give me death, says Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles says, did you hear about the massive short taken on Trump's True Social deal? Yeah, before I did. That's I would say there is one good thing with our technology being so readily available, and the fact that everybody's got cameras, and we do have platforms that hopefully will stay free. I think that's why it's so important, and I commend Elon Musk for giving us a platform that's the freest that we have. But there's just more and more stuff that comes out, and then more and more trails of evidence and dots to connect that just kind of reveals the real story behind it. And I'm just fascinated to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, baby. Mr. Miles says, I never liked Render. Mr. Miles, it never liked you either. I don't know what you guys are beefing about, but man, they charge you monthly in order to support the network. Is that real? Oh, what's that? I don't know. Use case, maybe? What is better, taking profits in highs and rebuying lows, or simply holding for 4 to 8 years? I know wish the IRS for you did. I don't know if it's wise to let the IRS govern how you trade or invest. I mean, you need to be mindful for sure. I do like the talk out there about, you know, Trump might be thinking about getting away from income tax because we're taxed way too much. He said he likes tariffs better. And I do, yeah, that makes sense. Run the United States government as a corporation, run it like a business, and we just run it like it's a nonprofit. That's exactly how they see it, like it's a nonprofit, because they know they can always get the tax money and whatever other tricks they got, right? But I like Trump's take on that. I've been saying for a long time, if we're just going to print money, then why the hell are we taxing us? Why do we need taxes? You don't need our tax money. You can just print it. It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it does not matter if they're just going to if they're going to print and throw these bills out and all this. It doesn't matter if we pay it back or not. So why make a big deal out of it? I like the way Trump thinks about that. I do. I like the way he's doing all that. And that's the direction we were heading with it. Things were going better. It's kind of counterintuitive, I guess, to what they're used to doing or think that's the right thing. Kind of like with trading. We have to do things that are counterintuitive to what we want to do. But then we figure, oh, that's what actually works. Dang. It was that easy? Really? Trigger says, get more Toshi. How is Toshi doing, man? I'm still waiting on this one. This is one of my, one of my bigger meme bags, I guess. What we got here? Crappy trend line. I can't even see why we got it, Toshi. Let's get rid of all this and see what's going on. Looks like a nice 886, maybe a 786. An 886 it is. All right, so we know that your comeback will be nice, but it's just not going to be to the moon. Is you going to stumble? So this 786 will probably be the best it'll get on a run up, just the first time anyway. But still, that's pretty good. She should follow the fib pretty good now. Pretty good. All right, so Toshi, man, from where she's flagging out right now above the 9 moving average, regained that. It's crossed the 21. She's got a red dot here on the daily, but it looks like she's coming down to a good area. Probably nail it on the smaller time frames, but that's about 50% profit to that first area right there, which is a decimal 3 zeros and 38.89. 52.11. That area looks good too. And that might mean that my bags grow by another, they double if we go there. I'm cool with that. How much will they get if we get up here? Not, my bags wouldn't quite 2x from where they are. Not quite. But if you go up to the 786 fib area at 88.24, that'd be 2.5 times. I think I can hold my bags a little longer. There's some resistance right there. Man, daily chart's really spelling it out kind of nice. So you need to come up here, break that. It could be looking at a situation like comes down a little bit, does this breakout, but a rejection up here at this area. Come back, pass it off to the quarterback, do a double take, and off she goes up to, you know, something, I don't know. We don't know what she's going to do until she does it. We can kind of guesstimate, though. I like the fibs, man. The fibs just kind of, hey, man. This is tricky when you got these little spikes up there, but if you want to be true to the cause with the Thomas Bukowski measure move for the fallen wedgies, I just do it this way anymore, people. I just 618 on down because that's what it boils down to with this calculations. Put that at the possible breakout, and it takes us up to the 786 fib area. So that's also Bukowski's measure move up there. Find that interesting. Confluence with that fib area telling me that 88.35 would be the golden ticket for those 240% gains. If you can hang on to it, enjoy the ride. I like it. I didn't hear anything about him pulling income tax, but I did hear about the tip tax. He wants to get rid of that. Yeah, actually, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to suddenly everything's going to. But it was a tip. He gave me a. That's going to play out very interesting. But no, is a good point. There didn't used to be income tax until like what, World War I, or it was like 1918 or something. We didn't have that, but they had a clever way, you know, of getting that instead of, you know, so everybody would not have it. They went to the employers to get it. So they went right into your paycheck, right, took it right off the top. Got you used to that, but that's not how it used to be. It didn't used to be that. Just made it easier for them to get their hands on, you know, liquidity, on some money. But then we started getting into the central banks and all this and the fractional banking system where they could just print it like everything, right? They we're off the gold standard after Nixon in 72, so it's backed by the full faith and credit. So it's pretty much, it's what we say it is. It's what we say it is. That's all it is. So you don't need to tax in that kind of situation. You really don't, in my personal opinion. So I think tax situations might start looking better, but always something to be mindful for. You don't want to be on the wrong side of, you know, 87,000 armed IRS agents. I hope that crap changes. Haven't seen Road Dog fly a fub to cast in months. It's just staying in their fub levels, Mr. Miles. Just within their fubs. So Linda says, the awesome thing is that Truth Social pumped like crazy. Hopefully they got liquidated. Oh, I hope so. Oh yeah, that would be, man, I'm terrible event, but I mean, there's definite signs that, you know, there's also some other hands at play here other than the global elites. And I like the other team that's stepping in there. So that's kind of cool. I said no weapon formed against him and prosper. You know, Trump is. would you call him the chosen one now? Would you say he's ordained, that he has a purpose now? Because that's the general sentiment that's coming up. Like, you know, when the mafia puts a hit on somebody and they, you know, it doesn't go through, it's just like, oh, okay. Well, you're blessed, you get a pass. You know, it's like a divine intervention. Hey, man, God stood between you and that bullet. I ain't going to cross God, you know, or something. And that seems to be the sentiment that they get over there. I don't know what's going to happen in Trump's case. I don't know. They're going to double down and go just as hard. I'm wondering about Biden. What kind of thing is, you know, want to make you an offer you can't refuse, Joe. Maybe you feel under the weather and you want to back out, or maybe, you know, you wake up in a box somewhere. I don't know. I wonder what's going on. I can't wait till the book or the movie comes out. Mr. Miles says, do fibs work when charting coins against Bitcoin? Fibs work on everything. From what I can see, fib is one of the secrets that you want to know if you're going to be charting. Are you trying to lure me into doing a Bitcoin fib for Casper? Is that where we're headed, Mr. Miles? Let's see, I think KuCoin would probably have the best chart there. That looks like a bunch of scribbles. That looks like how I used to draw when I was in kindergarten.
That's the dragon with the big eyeballs and fiery breath.
I like to dig way down deep inside to that very bottom. Go all the way up to the very top. And this looks kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's not très cool, but it's kind of cool. It's cool enough, man. Hang out. For real, for real. We're at 382 Fibonacci area. If we can get a bounce here, it'd be a strong bounce, but it doesn't always have to work out that way. It helps that there's a support resistance flip between this area and this area here, so that adds a little bit there. Also helps us that there's a 50 moving average that's lining up, so that's some good signs. This is the point that I like to make sure I've got a nice solid trend line drawn, and that's the main one, says that we can come down here. We got a secondary trend line from here. Says, nah, we might bounce right where we're at. This is the one that gives us hope that it will find some support here. And this one needs to be tightened up a little bit. So all signs are pointing that this area at 265 Satoshis might be the magic bounce area. But if not, 244 would be coming into play. And I'm just going to say, once you start getting down to that area, you know, 618 will probably come in back into the picture. And that's at 223. So those are the areas that we might be looking at. But this line should hold. It could hold. It's promising. Cinder says, I don't like render either because I sold it way too early. I've been building a bag of that one. I've been working on that one. Mr. Miles says, I don't like render because not anyone can mine it. You got to get on an approved list and then pay something like $15 a month in order to mine it. Really? Striga says, not paying anything to mine it. After the Civil War, they started taxing the rich people. Well, rich people will get tired of that, I'm sure. I don't know. How would you like it if you finally made it in this market, this 4-year cycle? You've been trying, busting your butt, putting money into the market, and then you finally hit it, and you're like, oh crap, I'm out. Got $10 million, man. We made it. Then all of a sudden you find out your government expects you, oh, well, you just become wealthy. Well, we're going to put you over here in this group of supporters for welfare in Delaware. That's all going to fall on you. Gee. Well, again, find out that most of your wealth goes to that. And no, that's not cool. I mean, we got to How about we stop spending money like we can print it for free? How about that? That's what I need to see. It's responsible spending, responsible budgets, responsible use of the money that we're out here busting our asses for, giving up our time for, being the corporate slaves that get to keep this economy going. They forget that, you know, because we're trading our lives and the time that we could be spending with our family and trying to, you know, even our own endeavors that could even make the world an even better place. If you had the freedom to capitalize on your creativity or what you can bring to the world or whatever products you can imagine, rather than having to sit somewhere in an office or a factory or in a truck somewhere or whatever it is for a set hours of work. And that's always kind of bewildered me, man. We always go for these set hours, 40-hour work weeks or more with overtime and things like that. And I'm like, well, you're just taking the best parts of the day from everybody doing that. And it used to be, I think 7 days a week, right? Or they tried 6 days, 7 days. See, they had long work weeks. They just wanted to work everybody to death. Tracy says CHRP. And then you would get all these companies that would be monopolies. And if you look back, the Democrats had a lot to do with that. I'm not pointing any fingers, but I'm just saying that's a fact. Look back at the Dust Bowl times with the vegetable pickers and all of that, and all the little farms that they would work on. And even coal miners, the coal industry had that. They had their little monopolies there. So they would bring people in to give them jobs because jobs are so scarce, but they'd pay them little. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, and they've got their own little stores. You can only spend money, actually not even paying them money. It's more like getting them IOUs, and you can spend it at their stores. And you need a place to stay while you're out here working on this, because these little camps will move from place to place, right? I think Catcher in the Rye had that pretty well. But then they barely pay them enough to be able to pay for their rent and pay for their food. And a lot of times it's just, you know, there's nothing. Sometimes it's not even that much. They have to start getting credit, and then they build up a little credit system for them, and then they got them hooked. And they're slaves. They're basically slaves at that point. Same thing they did with corporate America too, if you look at it. That's really what our country is doing. It's just, and now we're to the point where, well, nobody can afford to buy their food, and you know, there's no family dream, no money for the family dreams anymore. Still trying to pay rent or mortgage if you're lucky to have a mortgage, and food, and your basic necessities. You got gas prices. I mean, they rob us through inflation, quite apparently, and we're just all tired of it. We know it can change. We've seen it start to change. So we got a taste of change. And I think after you get about 3 or 4 years of going back to what they're trying to do with us, you will eat the bugs. You will like it. Trump don't look like that bad of a guy, does he? He seems to be more in tune, more, I don't know, wise. He doesn't seem to be off the cuff so much, hot-headed or getting... it seemed last time like they could bait him into something pretty easy, right? They could bait him in and get him fired up, and then he would, you know, I don't see that. He seems a lot more smooth and calculated. He seems more presidential this time, this go around. I'll put it that way. He didn't seem as presidential the last time. But then again, it's like from day one, it's like, I was like, well, why don't they give him shut up and give him a chance to do something? And he just had every opposition. So it would have been hard for him to do things, but still, you know, he's got his good points and bad points to a lot of people. I felt that for him, but I definitely see a difference in him now. CHRP, man, you came all the way back down to the beginnings of this one. Let's go all the way down here. Is it 886? Okay, that's good. We just didn't pull our fib from the very bottoms in there. Let's make sure we get the very bottoms. Let's go for this last little bottom there. So that's pretty cool. Nice little big thick falling wedge. Dang it, you falling wedgie. Let's go ahead and get our targets here for this one. She should be bottoming out. She should be. No guarantees or anything. Depending on where she breaks out, we're just going to tentatively mark this little guy. We're doing a Bukowski measured move here. I just kind of used a cheater way to do it. Traditional measure move, just go from top and down and get the width there, and that could get you a nice little area. About 225. First place I would look is the 236, I'm sorry, Fibonacci guy right here. Trying to see if that lines up any better. There's a little area right above that one that I would look at too, about 1.5 cents, but my fib area kind of comes in. Where are we? 13.7 cents. That makes a good target. 18.4 makes a good target. 18.4 makes a really good target. So for CHRP, looking for a breakout of that and retest these areas about 13.7, 13.8. It's going to have some trouble there, especially if these moving averages crisscrossing and going bearish, but she'll just have to struggle her way through. Since you'll have to fight through there, might come down and do some stuff like this. It won't be like, we're going to the moon. Probably not going to play out that way. You're probably going to do some kind of double bottom scenario, something like that. More than likely. Anybody got that neon? Because finally, after going down, she decided to do something a little different. Got a nice little pump today. Where were we? About 40 cents. Went all the way up to 60. Whoa, almost 70 cents. Almost 67 cents. 66% gains. Or move, rather. It's like moves. Currently up 37% from that. So interesting. Let's, if we got a bottom, let's see what we got. We had that little area there we had marked before. Swing high to swing low. Well, we're still under our 236 area here. Our little accumulation zone. Not cleared it yet. '88's the one I'd be looking for, though. May take her a while to get there. Still got a lot. She's got to clear this area, man. Got to get about 57 cents for neon. Then 88 might be on the cards. Oh, we got quite the discussion going on over here. The works keep their money? What are you, Martha? I don't know who you're talking about. Workers keep their money? What a hell. Company stores, right about those, yeah. Good Brown Gravy says, think that's the point of our society. Now you can either work like a robot or you'll just get replaced by one. No days off ever again unless you want to live in a tent. I know, it looks bleak, it really does. But I gotta say, that's why I like doing this, being a full-time trader. I mean, and think about this. If you're in business and you're trying to start a business, that's your thing you're taught, you know, it's be an entrepreneur, be your own business, be your own boss and everything. Well, the only way that you're going to do that really and be successful is either you're going to have to sell, you know, relatively affordable things to a lot of people, like, you know, millions of people. I'm just scribbling over here. Or you're going to have to sell something that's a lot of money to just a few people. And you get the best of both worlds. I mean, you got your luxury sales and then you got your regular sales. This is basically what it is. So if you're going to sell breakfast cereal, well, you better sell to millions and millions of people so that you can make that profit margin. But, you know, you're selling, you know, luxury cars and things like that. You don't have to make as many or sell as many, right? But we get all these advantages here in crypto. Everything. We've got our luxury goods, our blue chips here. We got our Bitcoin, our Ethereum and everything. And Solana fall into that category. And we got all those little plays that go to the mass markets with the meme coins, all those billion coins, circulating supply coins and things like that. So we can play both of the things. This has just been the perfect business in my personal opinion. I mean, I want my kids to learn how to do this. I mean, I want when their friends are over there working in fast food or whatever the thing is. When that day happens, when they're flying your burgers by drone, when they're the drone pilots taking your burgers for delivery, making the mandatory minimum $50 an hour that's just ruined our whatever's going on, when they're struggling to survive and wondering, why can't we ever make it, man? We're not ever paid enough to afford anything. And then, you know, have something like this. And she's looking at her friends, and then hopefully I'll be teaching her how to trade the charts. Because it seems to be working pretty darn good. I've talked about my thing where I get paid pretty much. I mean, we're in a nice upturn. It wasn't always this way, but especially after I repositioned myself during the drop with spot margin, man, I'm getting paid every day. Pretty much paid every day. And I can see this being steady from, you know, mostly here on out. And I'll throw this idea out there one more time in case you're having profit or hey, you're having trouble taking profits. If you're finding yourself riding this up and down, just the roller coaster, being on that surfboard or whatever, just going up and down but not going forward. If that's you, I want to use some number. You have to scale it down to whatever, but I'm going to just go with 100,000. Let's just say you got 100,000 out there. And here we are at this point in the market. Here we are. We got the market cycle, right? Ups and downs. It does the same thing all the time. Every market does this. The highs just may be higher and the lows maybe, you know, but it's always a cycle. It's a cycle. I haven't ventured to say it's not two-dimensional like that. I think it's 33-dimensional. I think it looks like a telephone cord. That's just me talking. But anyway, but as it goes up and down, you're good there, and especially in the bull market, right? The whole point I'm drawing this with the cycle things is that we're at an area where we're still going up before we top out. Bitcoin is not topped out at its all-time high. We got a lot more to go. We're just playing around the previous all-time high area right now. We still got a lot more to go. These cryptos have a lot more to go. Your portfolios have a lot more to go. Meaning that on average, if you've ever looked at the charts and say how much Bitcoin did every month, you know, it usually has a good, more positive months than not. You can see Bitcoin go up maybe 15%, 20% on some months, especially in a bull market, right? So it's not unfair to say that, hey man, can you think you can squeeze out 5% a month? Could you do that? I mean, 10%? 10% would be $10,000 a month. You may feel, oh, that may be a little bit too much. But could you do $5,000 a month? Could you swing out $5,000 a month? And when you divide that by 30 days, that's pretty good. That kind of gives you a target, a daily target. And this is how I try. I wasn't always hitting that daily target, but that helped me break it down to what I should expect to pull out a day or a week. And I can try to balance it out. But could you pull out? I think, it's a lot easier when you start looking at that. Well, I just got, $200 a day or something, $300 a day. And it gets a little bit easier that way, and you stack this dry powder. And whether you're pulling out your collateral to, moonbag something, or you're actually pulling out profit, stacking that dry powder, and then life's just a lot more easier when you get the big dump downs and you can do something with it. And then after you position yourself on the dump down with that dry powder, we start getting a break to the upside, man, your profits are going a lot quicker, and then you can pay yourself even more. And that's the kind of the basics of the strategy that I've got that's working for me, and what I've been trying to put in place, and it's there, and it seems to be working well. And of course, I've also got my other strategies to take profit at certain levels for my bags, but I've also got that one that I'm getting paid every day. I'm going to get paid every day. Linda says, I love how RFK Jr. has no problem outing the CIA. I don't think that RFJ has as much strong place to win, but I think Trump has reached out to him, and I hope that there's like a cabinet spot for. I hope they bring him in, because I heard a rumor that Trump has reached out that he may bring him in for some spot and just let him kind of do his thing there. Because I would like to see him clean up some places too. I would like to see them, collaborate in some form. I think that would be interesting. I would like to see this swamp finally drained. That's why I voted for Trump in the very first place. He said he's going to drain the swamp, and I didn't see that much draining going on that first time. There was some, but I expected a lot more. I thought we were going to charge in and really drain that swamp, but it may happen this time. Imagine the security RFK Jr. could give Trump though. They took him out. They'd have RFK Jr. in office, and he'd give him a 3-letter agency. Hell. Oh, yeah, okay, good ring. Maybe I may not have read that quick enough. Yeah, that's what I heard too. I would like that. So good brown gravy's also heard that too, right? Slinda says, I'm not in the Telegram. Do I need an invite? I've got a link. Let me post it up. I keep them in every description, but I can post them in the chat too. Oh yeah, you need to check that out. I thought you might be over there already. So I do have like a private Telegram group here. It's free. Everything's free over there. I figure, man, it started out with the chat room, which was cool. But then I found out I wanted to put other groups in there, or other topics. And I figured that out later. So I've got two different ones. I got the chat room area. Did it happen? Yeah, there we go. There's the chat room. So, and this is where the bot's at. I want to point this out. This is where I've got the CoinTrends AI bot over there, which is really cool. And so that's just kind of where we have general discussions and talk about whatnot, where the cool kids hang out and post news articles, and the chat bot's there, which will do AI, man. If you're trying to learn TA, you can learn a lot from that chat bot. I'm just telling you. And then the other link that I've got is the chart room. Because if just having one link wasn't confusing enough, let's throw another one out there to confuse everybody. And this one is... Okay, here's the lounge, right? And here's the CoinTrends bot at work. Kind of cool. We got all these commands. It'll look at Twitter. It'll do all kinds of stuff. I'm so behind on doing a video for these guys. And then we got the chart room. And this one's divided up into a lot of things. The vanity walls where I'll post whatever my percentage is and portfolio information and stuff. Hey, she's there. That was quick. Okay. So she got them both. Well, I guess I can shut up now. Trade setups. When the market turns around, I like to post trade setups there. I really like to find a way where I may start doing like the private membership streams, the YouTube membership streams, do them private and post those charts over there sometimes just to do something. I don't know. It takes me a little bit longer to do them when I do them on stream. So when I come on live stream, I'd rather have those ideas already fleshed out. But there's chart schools, there's courses over here. I've got everything. You got to go in and dig in the media section because there are books, PDFs, Thomas Bukowski books, everything that you need to know. You basically can find here if you dig for it. Videos. I mean, I've got not just my videos, but some other things. I got a media resources section over here. This was a cool video. I like this one. How Philosophy made me $700,000 trading. That was an awesome video. Not from me. It's from, I forgot his name. Good dude, though. Anyway, that's our Telegram group. And it says, I'm in now. Awesome. Good brown gravy. Telegram makes me feel like an old man. Actually, I like Telegram. You know what makes me feel like an old man? Discord. Because I look at it, I'm just like, oh, that's just like, it looks like a mess of spaghetti. I don't want to touch it. Telegram used to until I found out you made folders. Because if you don't have the folders, then you, oh, is it all different now? It was just it was a mess. Oh, you got to update with your Telegram. But when I found out you could go to settings and make folders and put them in there, man, that just, I started liking Telegram a lot better. I guess I got to update Telegram. No worries. No worries. Glad to have you aboard. You just got to dig for stuff, but there's a lot of stuff out there. Cheat sheets and all that stuff for trading and the books and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff over there. They came from, a lot of them came from Trading Libros, I think, is also a Telegram group. They have more updated books and everything. And some video courses. There's some cool stuff over there. Let's take a look at Rune. Rune on Binance. What happened? What happened there? Oh, nice, Rune. Nice. See, this is what we're expecting on a lot of things. This is normally what you expect is the bearish retest. Rune didn't do it. She bear trapped it, and I expect this to be a nice, strong move. I've got a yellow line there, which indicates some kind of 618 Fibonacci area. Oh, okay. It's a okay, there we go. It's a fib pull. Yeah. So we're at an area where she's going to find some resistance for Rune, so she's going to have to struggle with this area. And we might be, let's see, Rune. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. She might come back down to the $4 area, $4.20, something like that. So I got to keep that idea open as we got a good chance to get rejected here and kind of bounce around, but break it. This right here is great. Now I expect this to end up to, it should be a nice move and start. I always expect us to start seeing the $6 area hit soon, $5 to $6. I like it out of Rune. I like the, let's go ahead and get this little failed candy cane out of the picture, man. I like what's going on with Rune. Come on, baby. I'm dying to see that $8.63 area get hit with Rune again. That would be cool. Check out Tau over here. Man, have they got it up and running? I haven't checked on, can you use it anymore? I haven't even checked my wallet on it. I've got mine over here staking, and then I got another position. It was last checked on June 24th, and it looks like they're up. At least I got my Tau. I don't know if there was some kind of exploit or something that happened. All right. And then I've got another bag that I'm working on building, which is slowly building. I built it for nothing. Borrowing just a little on my Bitcoin with spot margin. Put it over to the spot, bought a little Tau on spot, put it back over the spot, put the Tau in the spot margin, had collateral in Tau that I could borrow against, Borrowed against that. Bought more tau. Number go up. I got more collateral now because I bought more tau. And slowly built that sucker up. I got about half as much as I do over there staking. From nothing. But that first little $100 tau. Spot margin, if you've been in crypto for a while, trading margin, and you're like, I play around with perpetuals, but I don't, it's not my thing too much. It's a scam. Spot margin. But you need to be have your strategy, investing or trading strategy down. You can do either way, and you can play spot margin for long plays, which is what I'm doing. And the water's nice. I gotta say, the water's nice. Discord 2 for sure, says Brown Gravy. Oh my gosh. I can't do Discord at all, for real. Here's a coin that was getting a little bit of hype, and I don't know much about it. It's called IO. But I know that she's getting she went up to $2, now she's at $3, so she's getting a nice little bounce there. Again, I know nothing about this one. What are you, in a range or something? Did we nail it? What the hell? I don't know what to say. I want to take a look at this one over here on... Nope, not you. Over on Tokenmetrics. IO. My internet just seems laggy. That's a brand new router. Why that is? Why are you giving me hell, Tokenmetrics? What's up with you, man? I don't think I'm logged in, am I? Ah, crap. Alright, well, we may have to look at this some other time. Between internet and not being logged... What? Try one more time. I'm logged in. Oh, this is starting to get to me now. What the hell, man? Figure out how to use this thing, man. That should have come up. All right, well, anyway. This one's doing well today. I don't know much about it. She's still got some work to do. I like what it's doing here. A 4-hour, we gained the 200 moving average. 9 crossed it. That looks kind of cool. It's making higher highs and higher lows. It's looking strong. Okay, good. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. So our Fibonacci guy here, 236. Looks like she's bounced above that. That's a support resistance flip. So this was accumulation by my strategy, and then we're going to start hitting these other guys. 371 would be the next target, and that would be a good one to hit. I don't know that I'd worry about 4, but I think I would look at the 478. Looks like we could blast through 424. So about 478 looks like a good target, a longer range target, and a more shorter term target about 370. We're sitting at 310 right now. So a possibility of 20% to 53, 55% could be happening there. I find it interesting. I like what I'm seeing so far. Wish I could find out a little bit more about the project. Just saying. For real, why are you not working, dude? Oh, we're working now? Did we get it? Maybe you just got nothing on it or something. I don't know. That was weird. If you ever wondered what Tokenmetrics, what they're playing, it just popped it up there. They've got like a little group of, a little portfolio that they play, I think, from month to month. Hot tokens that they like. And right now, they like, for trading, Fast Token, GigaChat, Mogcoin, Y, Popcat, Woofy, Purr, and Foxy AI. Foxy AI, they got 25% of their bag in, and Y, they got... I've seen Y pop up a lot, but I don't know anything about it. What's that chart look like? Where is all my internet? What's up, man? Is it Y Trump? Is that what it stands for? I can't tell crap about this. What happened here? That looks... Well, that went pumpy pump and then dumpity dump. Okay, whatever. I don't want to waste my time with that. Road Dog getting tacos this weekend. Tacos sound pretty good, man. Actually, it is 12:16, and my internet is just kind of... I gotta figure out what the problem is. It's gonna bug me to death. I won't go ahead and call the stream, but I thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate you for spending your time and looking at the charts with me. Be back again tomorrow. Tried to do a little bit earlier. Probably I'll shoot for 9:30, but it may be 10 the way my life has been going lately. But thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully this market will continue up for tomorrow. Take advantage of it. And get that cheddar. Wow, what got the cheddar getting is good. Good time to remember. Moral of the story is to try to take some profits on these altcoins. They're not going to go up forever, even though they seem like they do. See you guys tomorrow.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable.
Good night, John boy.
You will start blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it.